And you were saying?
It's preferable that you get a subjective morality, because if you start believing, or if you get your morality from God, he tells you how to beat your slaves and to make sure that they can still walk after 2 days. Otherwise, there might be a slight punishment for you. So it's things like that where you say you get your morality from a God that says you can't wear two types of cloth. That's a stonable offense. The list of things that you go back to in this Bible, in Exodus and in Leviticus, the laws that he's put out there are just absolutely ridiculous. And if that's where you're getting your morals, and I know it's not, because I guarantee you work on the Sabbath. I guarantee you you knock out at least 5 out of the 10 commandments you don't follow. So it's better that you can pick and choose those type of things, and that's where the subjective morality comes from. That's where we say these laws from these Bronze Aged men that had no clue what was going on in the world, and they say these laws were given from God and this morality was given from God. Absolutely not. That's why there is a prison system. That's why there is punishments and rewards on this earth, because we've chosen to live in a society that decides where the morals and laws are. And you can't say anything to a Muslim man that says it's okay for a man to marry 4 women because God decreed it through his angel Gabriel and was given to Muhammad, and from there it was given to us. So we can, the only thing you can say against that is your book said something different. Your Bronze Age book says something different.
Yeah, I think you're misunderstanding a little bit about Christianity. So the 2 types of cloths, the slavery issue, those are all Old Testament, and they don't really pertain to the Christians of today. So we're not in that Old Covenant. So you're talking about Old Covenant.
Indeed, I am, because you just referred to you get your morality from God.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to ask. I need clarification. Which God are you referring to when you say you get your morality from God? You said those moral things, and we don't do those today, but that was for some other set of people. What set of rules are for your set of people?
Yeah, I think you're misunderstanding regarding
Clearly.
what happened with the Old Testament. So the Old Testament was a covenant with the Jews. There wasn't a morality thing, right? So they didn't mix fabrics because of morality. There was a set of rules that God wanted the Jews particularly to follow. No one else had to follow them in order to communicate with God, in order for God's covenant to be with the Jews. So this was like a deal. They had made a contract. They made an agreement together. So no one else in the world was to abide by these covenants, and they wouldn't make them immoral, right? So the 2 fabrics, somebody would be stoned if they, I'm assuming that broke that law, that covenant. But no one else in the world would. The reason those people would is because they had a deal with God. They agreed to those things. And the punishment
the 10 commandments, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the 10 commandments that were given to those set of people.
No longer for us.
You don't follow the 10 commandments.
I don't. Not the 10 commandments. Now,
okay,
wherever
okay,
Jesus...
I understand. Thank you for your clarification. And I think you're going to tell me now with the Jesus thing that you're referring to, that it says, have no other gods before me but me. But you're going to tell me about this God Jesus character now?
One and the same, yes. Yeah, so when Jesus came...
God said, don't have any other, don't make any other partners to me, but you just made a partner named Jesus with this God that gives you the morality. But go on.
Yeah, so on that note, that Jesus and God are not partners. They're one and the same. They just have different essences, right? But it's the same person. So they're just different, if we want to say different personalities, different parts of the same God together.
So Jesus said these things to the Jews. This Jesus has been around for about 13.6 billion years, is how long we feel that how long we think that the universe has been around. But he made this covenant with just this particular tribe. Jesus did, right?
Correct.
and he said, okay, I'm going to let this go on for a few thousand years and then come back, in the year 0 BC, or let's call it 33 BC. He came back to have a new covenant, and now he chose who? He chose a certain a tribe of people, or he chose who did he give these new set of morals to?
He gave that to everybody. So that was
Oh,
for
so
anybody
let
who
me ask
wants
you
it.
this. So before Jesus, so let's say the year 0 by our Julian calendar, what set of laws were the people that weren't Israeli supposed to follow? What happens to their judgment and their morality? Do they not have anybody? Did we not have, for the 100,000 years that people have been around, like in the Homo sapien era, and we've only had rules for the past 2,000 years. So 90,000 years, people were going around clubbing each over their head and raping and pillaging, but they didn't have any morality. So that was all okay. And then Jesus came
Absolutely.
around about 2,000 years ago to give everybody some rules.
Now, I see why you would be an atheist there, because I think everything you're saying is incorrect. So God would judge people on what they know. So if a person is not a Jew and didn't get the covenant, they would just fall under the moral law, meaning that every human being knows what's right and wrong.
Hold
Morality
on.
is
I'm
written on
sorry.
their
I really
heart.
have to interrupt. I've got to stop you there. That move isn't available to you because you just told me that there is no objective, or the objective morality comes from God. And now you just
Correct.
said, well, it's the moral law. So that,
Given by God. Yeah,
wait a
that's given by
minute.
God. Yeah, I see. I understand. So
You
God,
you just you just changed gears on me. You said there was no there, or the only way we can have morals is if it was given by God, and this Jesus fellow gave it to you about 2,000 years ago and to some Bronze Age illiterate Middle Eastern men, and now since then we have to follow these laws. But everybody else who wasn't Jewish pre 2000, yeah, they used their own morality, which you said doesn't exist.
all right, I'll clarify. It's my fault that you're
Please do. And I'm
misunderstanding.
sorry for
So,
interrupting because I just,
no, no,
my
I'm glad you
eyebrows
did.
are way above my forehead right now, and I'm trying to bring them back down.
I'm glad you did interrupt me. So all humans are given in their heart the knowledge of right and wrong. That's given to them by God, meaning that they understand what objective morality is.
Because one
Now,
guy, he ate an apple.
oh no, because God put that in our heart to know what's right and wrong. To rape somebody is wrong, to steal is wrong. We know what's right and what's wrong. Just it's written in our heart, meaning as a human being, you already understand this. But a animal probably doesn't understand it because of our intellect, our brain. God put that in our brain. Now that's separate from this covenant with the Jews. The reason that they have a different set of rules is because they agreed to these set of rules. And with these set of rules came responsibilities, came a pact with God. So there was understanding, and they're going to be judged differently because they made a separate agreement. The other people that are not Jews that didn't make the pact will be just judged on their morality, on do they do what is right. Hopefully that's clear enough.
Yeah, it's super clear what you've made it super clear, but it just sounds like a bunch of made up stuff some men would make up based on how they want society to act. Like there's no basis for what you're saying. Jesus said in your Bible, I came to fulfill the law, not one, and something to the effect of not one letter will be changed and everything will be fulfilled. But you just went and sliced and diced your entire Old Testament, saying, not for me, for the Israelis, and not for everybody in the world, just a certain set of tribes that happen to win lots of wars based on their God figure. It just sounds like every other religion that's out there that doesn't say those things. It's ridiculous that a grown man, an educated man in the year nearly 2022, would say and believe these things to me.